Consider a piece of area. There are buildings, roads, and a pond. Surveying means taking measurements. We take measurements to find out the location of buildings, the ponds, the roads, and other points of interest in the area. There are two principles of surveying. The first principle states that, work from the whole to the part. Let us try to understand this principle using an example. Consider an area to be surveyed. The first step we take is measure the boundary lines of the area. Then we run other lines inside the area. We keep on dividing the area into smaller regions, preferably triangular regions. The points of importance can then be measured from these lines as shown. Now consider what we have done here. We worked from the outside to the inside of the area. That is exactly what the first principle of survey is. What is the benefit of working from the whole to the part? The errors that may happen in the work are controlled and localized. Thus accumulation of error is avoided. To understand the second principle of surveying, let us go back and refresh some of our geometry principles. We have a line AB. A point C is located somewhere near to it. From line AB, to go to point C, we need to have two information. Firstly, we need to know the angle that point C makes with line AB. And secondly, we need to know the distance of point C from B. In other words, we need an angular measurement and a linear measurement to locate point C. Also note that, in case we don't have the angular measurement, we can still go to point C, if we know the linear measurement AC. In that case, we would need to know a linear measurement, and again a linear measurement. This is what is meant in the second principle of surveying. It is stated as shown on the screen. The main instruments used for taking linear measurements include chain, tape, ranging rod, arrows, pegs, and plumb bob. Let us look at each of them in detail. Chain. The chains used in surveying are of 20 meter and 30 meter in length. The chain is composed of links. Each link is of 20 centimeter in length. Tallies marked as 5 meter, 10 meter, and so on, are used to identify distances in the chain. The ends of the chain are provided with brass handles. Coming to tapes. Tapes are available in various materials like metal and cloth. These tapes can have length of 10 meter to 30 meter. Ranging rod. There are many variations of cross staff available. Let us discuss the most commonly used one. It is called as the open cross staff. This instrument consists of two parts: the head, and the wooden pole. The head has 4 arms, each set at 90 degrees. A vertical slit is present at the 2 arms, as shown. And the other 2 arms have opening or small hole in them. Let us now see how to use this cross staff. We have a line AB. We want to use the cross staff to create a line BC, which is perpendicular at B. Firstly, we position the cross staff at point B. Then make 2 people stand as shown, and let them see through the holes in the cross staff. Remember their lines of sight is at perpendicular to each other. Slowly, make adjustments by rotating the cross staff in place, so that the person at point B can see point A clearly, through the slit. At this time, a rod must be placed along the side of the other person. This line will be a perpendicular to line AB. Surveying can be classified into 2 types: plane surveying and geodetic surveying. What is plane surveying? Consider the Earth. Any measurement we take on the Earth is actually a curve. But when we do plane surveying, we consider these curves as straight lines. And the angles between the curves are considered as plane angles. So plane trigonometry rules can be used on these measurements. Since we assume so much in this type of surveying, that is plane surveying, we limit this type of surveying to very small areas, up to 260 kilometers square only. On the other hand, in geodetic surveying, we take the measurements as curves, and spherical trigonometrical rules are used for calculations. This kind of survey is very accurate. It can be used for very large areas. As such, it is undertaken by the government agencies.